What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified when we upload new podcasts every week. Today, this episode is sponsored by Smoothie King. Smoothie King is the best place in town to grab a smoothie. You can literally get them at any time of the day, and they can substitute for a meal. You can visit them at one of their 4 locations at Maywood Mart, County Line Road, Renaissance, and Lakeland Drive. Also, be sure to hit them up on $5 Friday when some of their smoothies are only $5. We are also sponsored by the Rogue of Jackson. The Rogue is the best choice for men's clothing in Mississippi. Great lines like Peter Millar, Duckhead, AG, and others. Also known for a great selection of collegiate items for Ole Miss and Mississippi State. So come shop at the Rogue or visit online and visit their social media pages. My guest today is a very, very dear friend of mine. She is a new local up-and-coming artist. She has a new song out called Cooperate. It is out now on all platforms. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Tatum Henry. Hello, Tatum.
What's up, Connor?
How are you doing?
I'm great.
New song's out.
New song is out.
I know you've probably heard me tell you this, but you do have a very beautiful voice.
Thank you.
Not only that, but
it
all
say that a couple times.
also a beautiful speaking voice.
I feel like I sound really sick right now. My voice is very deep.
So, new song, Cooperate, out now on all platforms. How long did it take you to start writing that song?
Ooh. I had the first verse, and sort of the chorus. I had the first thing I had was boy, I like to listen, from that, and then we started when we got in the studio. I'd say honestly, 80% of that is just stuff we were making up. While we were there.
Where do you
as we were doing it?
Where do you record all your songs?
I didn't even answer that question. I'm sorry. Oh, Blue Sky Studios.
Blue Sky.
But it took me
yes,
it
I've
took
heard
us
about
the
that.
whole process took maybe 3 months.
To
was
write
kinda
the song
quick.
and record the song and upload the song.
Yeah, it was pretty fast.
That's a very good song. It's on my like I told you before we started. My what's it called? The on repeat Spotify. They have those on repeat playlists, and it's my number 2 most played song in my.
That's what I'm talking
in
about,
my,
Connor.
No, because
That's what I'm
you and I,
talking
we've
about.
known each other for
For a really long time.
Quite a long
man.
time, yeah.
For a
And
super long time.
I never knew that you could sing until I think I heard you sing the national anthem at a baseball game, and
Indeed. I did many of those.
and I was blown away because I never really knew that you could sing
I
like
remember
that.
you were
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I started texting you that night, and I was like, "You've got to do something with this."
Because for a long time I just I knew that I could sing, but
And you
for
told me,
while
and
I was at prep, I just didn't really
Kinda
sing.
just- yeah.
I just kept it to
but you
myself. I don't
told
really
me
know why.
before that you've been singing your whole life.
Yeah, literally.
And what did you say that your mom said that you would be doing?
Oh my God, I would be crawling on on all fours like a toddler, like I was a baby, and I'd be humming to myself. It was my favorite thing to do. And I'd grow up and I'd perform in my grandmother's backyard. Legendary audience there.
Just,
by the way.
when I was a kid, I sang Jesus Loves Me in front of my church. So I've got a little.
Hey, we all gotta start
I've got a little
somewhere.
singing history as well.
We all have to start somewhere. Come on.
My dad talks about you a lot.
I love your dad.
As a matter of
I
fact,
love your dad.
when I was with him this past weekend, he was telling me, he goes, "You have got to get me to do a duet with her."
Do you know how much I would love to do?
You know the
that?
song "Shallow" that's on?
Yes, of course I know the song "Shallow."
The morning on that Sunday morning after your
Yeah.
performance,
Yeah.
he was sitting in the hammock in our backyard, and was blasting it on a speaker. And I walked out there, and I was like, "What's the deal with this song?" And he goes, "This is a song that I would really like to sing with her." But I don't know when y'all could do it.
He said something to me when he saw me, when I was walking up.
Yeah.
You know how y'all were the
Yeah.
first people I saw.
Mm-hmm.
He said something. He was like, are you gonna be singing any more songs up there? And I was like, I don't know. Like, you're gonna have to watch. And
Yeah.
he was like, please tell me you're singing Shallow. And I
Oh
was like,
yeah,
I
he
don't
was
know.
really looking for. I didn't.
I know I should have sang it.
I did not
honestly.
stay the whole time.
I mean, I don't blame
But
you.
I really
It
wanted.
was
I
on
mainly just
Halloween
wanted. I
night.
mainly
It
just wanted.
intervened with,
I
like,
mainly
everyone's
just.
plans.
Yeah. I mainly just wanted to hear you sing your song.
Yeah.
And then you played it twice. The first time you weren't on stage; it was just playing in front of.
Yeah. Well,
around
then I guess we played it 3 times.
Yes, because I
sang it twice on stage.
you
but
sang it twice.
Probably,
I heard you sing it the first time. I didn't probably didn't use it. My dad stayed the whole time, and he texted me that night, and she is just unbelievable. And I believe I texted you that night as well, and I texted your brother.
Really?
Yes, I did. I texted both of them. So, what's making you wanting? I know this is probably what you want to do.
Yeah,
this is
for sure.
This is your career. Like, this
Yeah.
is what you want to do. Who's been like your biggest inspirations? Like maybe it's somebody like a really famous singer, or maybe it's somebody who's not.
Like, honestly, I feel like you might probably know the answer to this, or like anybody that knows me like knows the answer to this. I think Harry Styles is like my biggest.
Oh yes, I know.
Yeah, he's my biggest.
You do
like
love it.
like I have it's like I literally have just these 3 artists that I respect so much, and I'm just like, that is so. And they've all taught me like different things, like Ariana Grande and Harry Styles and Stevie Nicks. Like, those people are like, they inspire me so much, and like so much has come like just off of their music. And obviously, you have like some Billie Eilish influence and stuff.
Oh yeah, that you played me the song.
Yeah,
like a month or like maybe 2 months.
I played it pretty early. It was pretty rough. Like, it was a pretty raw cut.
But it's still. And the first thing I told you after I heard it, I was like, I'm really picking up a Billie Eilish type vibe, and I was.
Like, let's go.
Oh, I love her. She is like.
I love Billie.
She's amazing. I mean,
Billie's so cool.
Y'all are
dude.
kind of the same, and like in sort of like from coming from the song.
Yeah.
It's kind of sounds the kind of.
Okay.
So that's a good thing though. That's a good thing.
I take that as a huge compliment.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
That's a really good thing. So, what's like the style of music you think that you would classify your songs to be?
That seems to be like a really big question I've been getting asked lately, and it's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the thought of like making music and thinking this music I'm about to make is gonna be R&B, or this music I'm about to make is gonna be like rock influence. That like makes me uncomfortable. Like, I hate that. I hate like feeling like putting a box in myself.
Being
like,
pressured like that.
Not like pressured, but being like given boundaries. You know, because that's why I fell in love with music, is how there's like no wrong way to do anything. And it's just like completely free.
There's different kinds of music made all around the world. So
exactly, yeah.
I think that maybe sometimes you could probably maybe classify it as your own kind of genre.
Yeah,
maybe not just one specific one.
I think genres were made up from artists, Like, it's just like songs.
I could see that.
Because they just started making music that they liked, and then other people liked it and wanted to make it as well, were inspired by it, and then it all just got classified.
Yeah, because
me and my brother were talking about that a lot the other day.
So, who do you think would be your dream feature, to have someone be featured with you, or you being featured on somebody else's song?
I'd say, let's see, like, as far as just like I could write a whole album. I want to write so badly with Stevie Nicks and Harry Styles. I feel like that would be the craziest thing. But like, if like, I think it'd be so cool to see how my voice did with like a rapper, Like, I think like, yeah, but like, I think honestly, like, the way Travis Scott has done some of his songs, like, it'd be so cool to do one with him. If I was ever in that, like, yes, like, if I ever had that opportunity, that would be like, that'd be so sick.
So I've obviously listened to the song a lot of times.
Indeed, you have. You always
so
hit me up and tell me.
What's that? I've listened to it a lot, but I still can't figure out what it's about.
Can't figure out what it's about?
No, I cannot.
You gotta interpret it for like yourself.
I mean,
of course, I have something I wrote it about, but like,
keep that to yourself?
And not really keep it to myself. It's just like I don't really see it as in like I'm writing music to like, and like this is probably gonna sound like I'm trying to be some like some like serious artist, but like I think I am an artist. Like I mean, I write this stuff and I feel this stuff.
Yeah.
Like I think it's cool. So like when I wrote it, like it was kind of from like a really like almost coming out of an insecure place, you know, talking with like someone who is just like some place that you've been that you don't want to go back to, someone who keeps putting you down, you know, it's just anything that relates to you.
And so you said it took you about the whole song process took you about 3 months. What were those 3 months like?
Amazing. It was the first time I've ever done something like that. Like truly, it was so cool.
And are you in the process of making other songs or writing other songs?
Yeah.
Are we gonna see?
Are
we gonna see an album soon?
I don't know about soon,
but eventually.
Eventually.
Let's see here. So, what made you put the plan in action? You're like, okay, I'm gonna write a song, I'm gonna perform it, put it out on all platforms. What was your what made you want to actually, put the plan into action?
Well, like obviously I've been wanting to do this for oh my god so long, but it is a different story when you're like these are my dreams, these like seemingly unreachable things, and I need to start doing something about it, you know? And so I started out going back taking voice lessons, and my voice teacher turned into my manager. And he's very connected, and he's very business savvy, and he's very educated, and he just really knows what he's doing. And he started hooking me up, and we're always on the same exact like thought, if that makes sense.
Y'all are always on like the same level.
We're always on the same wave.
Yeah.
Like always on the same wave.
Y'all are just connecting always.
In sync. And that is amazing when it comes to creating, you know, like he knows what I want. He knows like a little riff how I want that to actually sound, and he knows how to get me there, and like he knows what I want in the bigger picture, and he just works to, you know, like it's just really it's so sweet. So like getting to go in the studio and just make up these cute little things and then make up a whole other verse after that, like it was so cool watching everything come together.
So just anything that you would want to be done for a song, he was going to make sure that he was going to get it done for you.
For sure. Anything that was within our like ability, we were going to try to do everything we could to make it happen. If I felt that it was completely I'll be honest, there's always going to be like, even with this song, I was kind of like doubting it after we made it, because all I could think of was like, oh, that'd be so cool if this was right here too, and like this was right there, and like that'd be so sick. So I was kind of like, honestly wish I would have added that. But then I started like, this is what it is. Like I'm always going to have that. I wish I would have done this and this afterwards. But I mean, that's just kind of a part of it.
Do you think the song came out the way that you wanted it to be?
Yeah, it did. I think it came out the way it was meant to be, and that sounds weird.
So you're really happy with the way that it came out?
Especially, yes. Because I would listen to it, and like I said, I would like have trouble, because I'd be like, dang it, man, I wish I would have put like that harmony on that. Like, that would have sounded so much better. And oh my God, like, no, pick up the trap beats like right here. Like, come on, like, you know, and I was always going to have that. But like when it released and I was listening to it through like everyone else's ears, because I was so used to it being like mine, you know, and now it's like, sure, like the whole world isn't going to freaking listen to my song. Like, this is my first ever release, but like the people that were going to listen to it, like, it's theirs too now, kind of, you know, like it doesn't really just belong to me anymore. You just want to share
your music with
everybody.
And
so then I like heard that and I was like, this is my first ever release. I worked so hard on this, and like I'm really proud of it. Like, this is awesome. Like this is good. This is good.
That's kind of like everyone's like, as a little girl, that's kind of everyone's dream. It's like, I want to be a singer or like a rock star.
It's true.
I mean, I did. I had something like that when I was little. I was like,
And I always thought the same thing. Like when I was little, I was
Yeah.
like, I want to be this, but everyone wants to be this. And that's kind of something I've been saying often lately is like, I'm looking around realizing like not everyone has this like just huge like ambition in their life. Like some people just, and that sounds, and not to knock like, but by that I mean like this huge picture of like fame and famous singer, and it's kind of a contrast of like I just want a bunch of people to like my music.
Yeah.
But that happens to be what like fame is, if that makes any sense. And that sounds like I'm trying to be
like your definition of fame is probably different than everyone else's.
Like I would really, if anything were to like really kick off, you know, like I would really be like, I would really cherish my privacy, if that makes any sense. Like I don't really like people knowing everything, you know?
And
so
knowing
like
everything about
talking about the world knowing everything. I don't know.
Yeah, and
it's just like some stuff like it's mine, you know? Like if it's everyone's, like I understand when celebrities will talk about that. I'm like, honestly, dude, I bet. Like,
and some people can interpret fame, you know, completely like what, you know,
like
from like from what you said. Well, obviously what you think about, you know, fame sounds a lot different than what everyone else would think. Like, you know, everyone's always like, I mean,
like
you know,
how?
You know, you kind of, you know, like you said, keep your privacy and all that stuff. Obviously everyone else is always like that, but when it comes to fame, you know, everyone thinks of like big lights and cameras and all that, and everyone, you know, everybody knowing everything about you. You know, I think that's good that you would interpret it in a, you know, in a somewhat different way than everybody else would. I think that's just a really good thing. And, you know, back to what you were talking about, you know, ambition, like, you know, everyone, you know, they always start off with saying, like, when they're little, they're like, I want to do this, I want to do that, and they never end up actually doing it. Like,
I want to be president.
See, like, exactly. See, like you, when you were a kid, you're like, I want to be a singer, and like, and now, you know, that's what you're actually doing, because
it feels so good though.
Not trying
like,
to, because
just to be working on my music and like actually creating stuff, like it's completely changed like my like persona. Like I feel like I'm just really like I'm where I'm supposed to be.
And you control everything basically, because you know it's your music. You want it done the way you want it to, so you get to have everything done your way, and I think
that's like
really
a sense of comfort for me. You know, like I'm not used to having control over like anything. You know, like it's always been something like I've never done good with like direction, if that makes any sense. Like being told what to do, I'm very stubborn sometimes. Like. And so it's funny that, like, I was born with this passion where it's, like, I have the reins, you know? Like,
you get, you're
really
the
cool.
captain
And,
now.
of course, you're going to get told what to do throughout your life, but I just mean, like, with what I love to do, like, I have the reins, and that's all I want.
Because, like I said, it's, you know, it's your music, and, you know, and when you said about being comfortable, like, you felt very comfortable about the way this song came out and the way it sounded. You know, a lot of people, you know, and that's good that you feel comfortable with your music, because, you know, that would suck, you know, if you
I try to release something that I'm not comfortable with.
Yeah,
man.
that's always good to feel really comfortable. So, you know, before you performed at the district, you know, you've sang the national anthem at a lot of prep baseball games, and then state basketball game, is that right? What do you, I mean, the district one's been your favorite one probably for the most part.
For sure.
Yeah. So what was that like, going out there on stage and seeing your family?
I've literally, like, even from performing in like something like Revion that I was in, like I've always just, this sounds like kind of narcissistic, but like I've always just wanted a stage to myself.
Because you know,
like
I've
just wanted a stage. Like I was just like, I just want to be up here and just like do my thing.
You feel like that. You feel like that's where you want to be.
Because like I'll vibe off of it, and it's like, oh my god, it feels like home up there. Like, and that's what was so cool, because it was a crowd. And
They
of
were
course, like in
cheering
the
for
front,
ya.
you know,
Yeah.
all I see is my friends and family. And it was
Yeah.
like, what more could I possibly
Yeah,
want right
and
now? Like, this is awesome.
Nothing made me more happy than I was standing behind your mom, and she was wiping her tears.
Oh.
And you know me, you
I
know I
love her.
love your mom.
Yes.
Yeah, and
How can you not love
I
Tammy?
feel, I feel, I'm very proud of you and all and your family, because this is something that
Thank you.
from around here, especially stuff like this
Yeah.
doesn't really happen.
It definitely it's definitely a different direction.
Yeah, than
Than my family.
than everybody else. But that's it's sometimes.
But I'm kind of like that. I'm not gonna lie. I've
Yeah.
never, especially like around Jackson, I've never
Wanted to
been
do-
like kind of with the flow
with it
around
with the
here,
with
I
the
guess.
crowd.
That
Yeah.
makes any sense.
And I've noticed that you kind of just do your own thing.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing.
Yeah. I
I
don't think that's a bad
respect that.
thing.
Sometimes I wish that I could do that, but it's like with me doing this whole podcast thing. Like,
Yeah. I love that you're doing
yeah,
this.
thank you. Not a lot of people, they do stuff like this, and
Yeah.
half of this wasn't even my idea. This
Mhm.
had McLeod, and he was.
Yes.
This was his idea, but originally we
Really?
started doing sports. The first 2 episodes were kind of a sports based thing, and I recognized not a lot of people are into sports, and
It does take a lot. Because
So-
a lot of people.
and that's why I'm
do
trying
that.
to find a lot of different things to do.
Yeah.
And when
And
after
that's all you can do.
after you performed, I was like, I've got to get her on. Like, people would love to hear you come on here and just talk. And I think this whole thing that I'm doing is just
I
it's
think
never
this is
always
so cool.
it's not-
like
it's
this
n-
little setup and
yeah.
everything. Like I love it.
we're currently sitting on my couch.
Really.
So I
comfy,
don't
by
have
the
a
way.
eventually I'm going to try and get a studio or like a
Me
off-
and you both.
an office. Or maybe we can share one.
Yes.
Get a building? And I was talking about getting like an office building somewhere around here where the rent's not insane a
Mhm.
month, and
Yeah.
get us set up there and just leave everything there, because setting up at different spots, sometimes I'm here, sometimes I'm at my dad's dining room table.
Yeah.
So sometimes it can be a bit of a pain in the ass to just set up and do all that stuff, and everyone's got to always start from somewhere.
You got to.
And that's what you're doing right now.
That is
just-
what I'm doing. You gotta.
And
I just want to it's just I don't know. I almost feel a little stupid, because I've just been so incredibly happy with myself and everything since I've been doing what I love. And I've always loved it. It's just there's just always been these little obstacles in the way that I was just
Yeah.
too afraid of,
and I think like you said, you being happy with yourself,
Mhm.
that's something that everybody needs to have.
It's like the teenage discovery.
Yeah. There's
Find
some
yourself, find
there's-
yourself.
yeah, and
But for real though.
no, yeah,
do
like
that.
all jokes aside, no, yeah,
For
it's
real,
it's
though.
definitely something that everybody needs to have, and
Yeah.
sometimes it can be a bit difficult for
It can feel impossible.
but it's
And that's why it's
not.
that's why it sounds cliche, because you're like, huh, easier said than done.
Yeah,
buddy.
it can
I know
definitely
that's what I
sound
was
it
like.
can
I'd be
definitely
like, ha, thanks.
yeah,
Weird quote on Instagram. Get out of my face.
because you can you can hear all that stuff, and
My
people will
voice is so deep right
people
now.
will tell you people will tell you you need to find a way to be happy and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and they can tell you everything, but then it all comes down to you at some point.
Yeah.
You've got to figure out, and obviously singing makes you happy. You haven't
Incredibly
stopped
happy.
singing since you walked through the door.
Literally. I walked in here and I was like, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Literally, I just came in here and was singing some Ariana Grande song.
Do you just do you walk around your house just singing all the time?
all the time.
Does your family get sick of it at any point, or they're just
so used to
keep it on?
They're so used to it
Yeah.
because it used to be Tatum, shut up, screaming at me constantly. And
But now they're
it's
just
Tatum, oh,
we can listen to
you would
this.
sound so good singing this. Please learn this. And I'm like,
There is a song that I do want you to learn, though, that I think it would be. We'll talk about it when we get done.
God.
But it's not. It's just it's not like a song that I would normally request for you to sing.
What's it called, buddy?
It's a song off the Greatest Showman soundtrack.
Which
Never
one?
Enough.
That's cute. I already know that one.
Wonderful.
It's kind of hard to sing. Takes a lot of effort.
Yeah. If you, like I said, if you practice it, you could. So how?
I'll put a little work in for you there, Connor.
Thank you. How often, like how many times a week were you, in the studio or, seeing what melodies you like and all that stuff?
I think I've had, we got a lot of stuff gathered together and like arranged outside of the studio. And I think, let's see, the first studio session, I think we honestly had 2 sessions on it. I'm not going to lie, like 2 studio sessions on it. Like they were pretty long sessions, but it really didn't take, like, I don't know, like once we got in there, like the vibe was good and we were just like going on it.
And so you said only 2 sessions?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like 4 hours maybe.
And you felt really comfortable doing that.
Oh my god, time goes by so fast in there. And it's like such a perfect, like the way they have it set up is like completely my vibe. Like it's so like it's a house turned into a studio and it's so like aged, and it's like comfy and the lighting is very warm and it's like it's really cool.
So what's the biggest goal you think, if you have one yet? What would be the thing that once you've done that you're like, okay, I've done about everything that I've wanted to do?
This is a really good question.
Has anybody ever asked you that before?
No, but I think about it a lot. And it's kind of like it's like it could be easy and be like when I meet
shows.
this person
and
I'm like and I'm cool with them and chilling with them, or I could be like when I've just
selling out
when
shows.
I have influenced
other people,
that many people,
yeah,
for them to give me a platform,
yeah,
and I look up and I'm selling records and I'm
selling
like
out shows.
like I'm selling records, I'm giving people music from my heart that I love, that I'm making for them to see if they can find something in themselves in the music. Like that's what I want to do. And it's kind of complicated because it's like with that, what comes with that many people liking it is they buy your stuff and they nominate you for things. So then comes the Grammys and you get nominated for all this cool stuff, but it's all because these people like you. Like you're there because these people like you. So it's like it gets complicated. Like obviously in this thing, like this whole career in this thing, in this career, like you make it up and that's where you see the top. Like some great big award show, right? Like performing in front of all of these legends and like it's crazy. But like, I don't know. I've just always thought like the thing that's going to boost me, like if I ever have that big breakthrough moment, it's going to be because just a bunch of people found me and liked me. They just decided to like me. So then they like get me on up, like that's, I don't know. That's how I look at it. It's just kind of like, it's the people's choice, man. Like, just hope they love what I do.
Who would you say is like your biggest supporter? Like they're always right behind you with
my mom. Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I bet she's really into it.
She's really into it, but she's so careful to not be intrusive.
Yeah.
On it. She's so careful
that's a really good thing.
Like I said earlier, like I'm in the range, she's so careful to make sure that is maintained.
Yeah, making sure that it's getting
But
done.
she is constantly reminding me like I'm right here. Like if you need anything, if you like want me to do anything, any way to help you, like I'm right here, that. And she understands the different feelings. She was behind all of the like bad and like nasty baggage that came behind a bunch of like self-healing and like to start learning how to write kind of well and like find different ways to word things and wordplay and stuff like that. Like, you know, like she was there for all that. So like, I don't know. We have a pretty cool relationship. So I'd definitely say she's my number one. But my entire family really
Yeah,
is right there.
you know, I talked to
at my back.
Maddox and Biggs at the show, and they were very supportive. Which that's
I mean, Maddox put on a whole James.
I
Maddox
did
put
see that.
product in his hair
know,
to
I
be
saw
James
that.
Dean. He's never proved his love for me more. Like I was like, wow.
When
he
I
does.
saw,
he really does. Love
yeah,
me.
he looked his outfit
He
did
looked
look really
so
good.
He looked perfect.
I'll
That's what I was
tell you
trying
what,
to say.
Biggs' afro.
He picked it out.
I know. I saw he had a pick in his hair.
Oh my gosh, he lost it,
And
man.
I went up to him and we talked for a little bit, and I said,
He had my glasses. I
yeah,
said, "Come
I
here,
saw
bro.
him,
I
and
got you."
I saw him with the afro, and I said,
Hard to miss.
it is.
Hard to
I could
miss.
see it all the way from the
Yeah.
back. But I went up to him and I said, this is real hair. Like this is 100% real. And he goes, oh yeah.
The
And then he-
DJ was like, came up to him and was like, dude, sick afro. And Big, I mean, sick wig. And Biggs was like, not a wig, bro. And the dude he was like, there's no way. No way. And he started tugging at his hair. And Biggs was like, yep, not wearing a wig.
Curly hair runs in y'all's family.
Very much so. Not a single one of them has been left untraced.
And especially, and everybody, especially, your two older brothers and you.
Yeah, yeah.
You've
Yeah,
always.
Maddox has, like, frat boy hair. He gets very offended when I say that.
Yours is, you've
insult.
always had your hair the way it looks right now.
Yeah.
But then, you know me, I love the very few times when you straighten it.
I just did it last night.
It looks curly now. I can't even tell that.
Well, yeah, because I showered, but, like, I did it last night, and I hated it.
I know that you never liked it.
I hated it. I used to really love it, like, but, I mean, I couldn't even stand to look at it in the mirror. Like, I was like, this has got to go.
What was the DJ's name, or the guy who introduced you and all that stuff?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know.
You don't know his name?
I'm not gonna lie. That sounds absolutely horrible, but it does. We chatted. We talked. We were cool. It wasn't like that. I introduced myself like I'm so thankful he was there to keep him going. Like,
yeah.
But man, I just don't.
I'd like to do that sometime. Introduce you. I could do that.
They don't hit me.
Yeah.
I told Cooper he could be my hype man. He was about to be, bro. It's better every time we tell.
Can your mom sing at all?
Oh, not at all.
No.
Like nope.
Can anybody else in your family sing besides Cooper? Can
Cooper can sing, but he doesn't think he can. Yeah. He knows that he can like hit some notes,
Yeah.
But not well enough to like be like I can sing,
Yeah.
And we've talked about like doing a song together, like singing a song together,
Mm-hmm.
And we've just never gone through with it, but like he can sing. He's got this beautiful like raspy, like bluesy voice. Oh my gosh, it's perfect.
So where did you get your voice from?
I think I got it from my dad's dad. My grandfather, yeah.
Could he sing?
Yeah, he sang a lot, like in our church choir, and like he was very passionate about that church choir.
See, my dad sang in a church choir.
And I think my dad maybe could sing, but I don't know about dad.
I mean, ever since I was a kid, that's all my dad would do.
Yeah.
I mean, all he would talk about was his super rad, cool band in high school called Illusion.
Oh, I remember when I was like, it was first kind of being like my thing that like I sing. You know? People were like, oh, Tatum, the one that sings.
Mm-hmm.
Like, y'all were like, my dad was in a band. And then he started hearing me sing, and he was like, hey, girl, like, what's up?
It was like
we need to sing together.
Yeah. And he's done 2 shows in the past year.
Yeah.
They played at Dooling Hall.
Yes.
I think it was the last.
It was November. It was literally a year ago.
It was about a year ago.
That's crazy.
That was super cool.
That was so.
That was
sick.
so fun.
That was so sick.
always try to get up front as much as I can.
Well, yeah, man, that's your
And,
dad.
But I'm trying. I keep telling them. I'm like, when all this Corona stuff gets over with, y'all need to.
We need a link.
I know. I'm saying like y'all need to get out and because before literally a month before COVID kicked off, I think it was February. I want to say February. They were talking about doing a show at Hal and Mal's. But then Corona happened and some family stuff was going on, and they were just like, yeah, we can't. They're not, and they haven't, and they still haven't been, which sucks really, especially for artists. They can't get out there. All these. I know
it's
that
a great opportunity to create, but like as far as performing and putting it out there, it is a huge
and especially for like
hit.
upcoming people
Yes.
getting noticed, like,
hey man,
and
like
yeah,
hey man,
and getting noticed and all that stuff. I mean, that can, because there's a lot of people out there that are doing what you're doing, and not a lot of them get the recognition that they would want. And especially with all this stuff going on right now, I mean, all the virtual award shows that are going on. I just hate seeing that. But I know that
I do too. It's very sad.
But it's
very sad.
It's gotta happen, until all the stuff's over, and who knows.
And hopefully
when it'll all be over.
We can get our stuff together.
Well,
so
and especially
and be over.
Do you think when it's all over, do you think that you will book a lot more shows?
Yes.
What's your right now, what is your in the local area would be a place that you would really, really like to perform at?
I would probably I really want to just go and like sing some places up in Starkville and Oxford. Really. Like I know so many people up there and so many like connections of like the frat houses with like through my brothers,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, like
you probably can
so
perform
yeah,
at the
I just feel like
house.
that could be so cool. Like that's just really cool. And like restaurants around here, like I could just sing like little I could just sing like a little gig at like Georgia Blue or like Hal and Mal's. Like I've been thinking about that actually.
That's a really I saw Drake Bell perform there. He's not a nice person.
What?
No, he's not. Me and Bennett, it was about 2 years ago, maybe. It was during the fair. He was performing at Hal and Mal's, and it was like a 21.
That's right, he was at the fair.
It was like a 21 and only concert, but since Bennett's mom works with the concert company,
performed a good old swindle.
We got in, and he played a lot of his own songs, and then of course I had to hear him sing Drake and Josh theme song.
He did. He definitely did because yeah. I remember.
And I talked to him for a little bit after, but he was obviously seemed more interested in talking to the girls besides talking to me.
Oh.
But it's whatever. He was he was all right. I'm not saying he was a bad guy, but
Drake.
Man, those guys, I don't know what any of those guys. I don't know what any of those guys are doing now. Well,
said I never thought that it'd be so simple, but
I would sing, but I can't. I did. I was in
quick little duet.
I was in choir when I was in fourth grade.
Heck yeah, Connor.
Grade. I was in fourth grade in the choir, and then I tried out the year after, and I made it, but I never did it because I thought I was too good.
Oh, thought you were too good. Yeah.
But sometimes I sing in the car.
I'm just too cool for this. I know. That's kind of why I did that whole show choir thing. Because it was like,
that's a good place to start.
Yeah. Because I'm not a big fan of school at all. But, so I had to do something that I loved, And the only thing they had to offer with singing was that.
Yeah.
And it did give me a lot of, like, stage experience and, like, helped me out a lot in the long run. But it wasn't necessarily my cup of tea.
A lot of people have stage fright, and you
obviously
not me, girl.
Do not me, girl.
Because when I saw you up there, you felt so comfortable.
I love it.
I mean, you were
because it's literally just like that's what I do in my room.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously not like talking to everybody. But like Singing wise, like that's literally what I do in my room. Like I do that walking around my house, like playing with my dogs outside.
It's just like an everyday thing that you
yeah,
do.
I'll sing to Hendrix. He loves when I sing to him.
I'm terrified of that dog.
He's a sweetheart.
I will and always will be.
As you should be, though, for real.
So
He's a bit frightening.
what can we expect in the next coming year?
In the next coming year,
Out
I'd
of
say
you.
a single or two,
Maybe another show?
probably,
Probably.
possibly, depending on what's going on with all this COVID stuff.
Yeah.
Because we
Would you say that
found a way. But
would you say that your performance has at the district has been like the coolest thing that you've done so far
Oh, for
with
sure.
your
For
career, with
sure,
your
I'm
music?
obsessed with how that costume translated on stage. It looked like
Yeah,
I've never
I'm looking at a picture of it
throughout
right now.
all of my whenever I actually dressed up, I've never had a costume where you could straight up look at me and be like, "Oh, you're this,"
Yeah.
and everybody was like, "Oh my God, you look like a Greek goddess," and I was like, "OMG, like for real? That's
and I was
crazy."
in the toga
Thank
outfit.
you. Huh? Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right, you were. But the lights just like meshed so well.
Yeah,
with it. Like the gold, like I don't know,
Like
it was
these
just so much
pictures-
better than I thought it would be.
These pictures that I'm
Yeah,
looking-
let me
by
see,
the
let me
way,
see.
who took those pictures?
Chase.
Those are
He's
really
the same photographer that took those first pictures that I was teasing everybody about.
Oh, really? Those are really good pictures.
Thank you. I was obsessed with them as well.
And where like those other pictures that you put on your Instagram, where did you take all those? Like the one with the bricks and
We went the one with the bricks. We went to downtown Jackson, and it was like I don't know. It was literally just like this, like smashed up building. Like literally, it was like a perfect little pile of bricks. And
the one that
I just stopped right there real quick.
The one that stands out to me the most is the one where you're like your head's poking out of the water and the umbrella.
That
Where was that one taken?
was absolutely terrifying.
Really?
Oh yeah, that was terrifying. We were at what is it, LaFleur's Bluff Park? Does that make any sense? It's by like the Children's Museum, sort of.
Yeah, the golf course. There's the
Yeah.
golf
It
course.
does have a
yeah.
golf course, but it's got like these trails and stuff.
I was like,
And you know what you do for a picture, you know those ponds and stuff back there. Yeah, there's gators and stuff swimming. But I
It's
did
whatever, though.
I did 2 water shots. Yeah, 2 water shots, and that one I was complete. That was like the last one we did. I was completely submerged, and this man was like driving by, and he was like, "Hey, by the way, just wanted to tell y'all to be careful because I saw an 8-footer in there today, like an 8-foot freaking alligator. Like, are you kidding me?" And then the other water shot where I'm on my back, I haven't posted that one anywhere yet. It's my favorite one. But I'm on my back in the water, and like 10 feet away from me was like a little baby alligator.
One thing
He
that
was
I
just swimming with
one
me.
thing that I noticed when I was at your show when you were walking in, you know, obviously everyone was all of us were just like, you know, oh, there she is, here she comes. One thing that I really liked was there was this little girl and she came right up to you and she was like,
That
"Oh my
made
God."
my heart.
So like
so
so yeah,
happy.
so
Oh
how does that make you feel? You know, not, you know.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
I
that's-
was like I would. She was like, "Can I get your picture?" Like, "Can I get your picture? Can I get your autograph?" And we went and like got this picture of me that we had like that was like printed out or whatever. Like, of course, I like took a picture with her. She was so freaking cute, and it was like I gave her my autograph, and she was like, "Thank you," and I was like, "Thank you for wanting that." Like, what? Like you
Was
want
that
my
your first
picture and
autograph?
Like,
Was
thank
that your
you.
first autograph that you signed?
Yeah. I was like, this is so cute.
I need to practice my signature.
Oh, it's what I do in class when I get bored. It's
I
probably not a good thing to say, though.
cannot do a signature.
Really?
No.
That's so fun.
It just looks like scratch whenever
That's
I do
okay.
it. But
That's
you know,
what famous people do. Just the first letter scribble.
the first
then
letter
the first
makes
letter
it
of
out
the
and
last
then the
name,
rest. Yeah.
scribble.
That's usually when
Just
I
looks
that-
professional.
that's usually when I do whenever I have to like sign a receipt or something.
Sign
as a matter of
receipt,
fact, I
practice on
don't think
receipts.
I've ever put my name on a receipt when you have to sign it. I just like do a C and
I'll
then
like practice on receipts sometimes if
like,
I've got a little free time.
free time. Well, I really appreciate you coming on. This has been very fun.
This has been so fun.
To everyone who will listen,
cracking jokes.
Cooperate is out on all platforms. Make sure you listen to it, like it, share it, get the word out.
Yeah, give me some streams
Tatum Henry is next up.
If you like it.
Well, thank you.
I hope you like it.
I did. I do like it very much. Thank y'all. Thank you very
so
much
for having me.
Oh yes, absolutely. We'll see everyone next time. And then I do a 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Oh shit, do it again.
3, 2, 1. And that's it.
That was so
That
fun.
was fun.